Salams and welcome. Thank you for joining me in another episode of the Quran in English Basics for Beginners. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Those who dispute about the signs of God, those who dispute about the signs of Allah, the supreme creator of the heavens and the earth, without any authority bestowed on them, there is nothing in their breasts, there is nothing in their chests, there is nothing in their heart but the quest of greatness, which they shall never attain to. Seek refuge then in Allah. It is He who hears and sees all things. The signs of God are everywhere in nature. A sign of God is simply evidence and proof that God exists. If you study the cosmos, if you go even a little bit into astronomy, you will see the perfection in the cosmos, in the heavens above, that you will have no doubt whatsoever that a supreme creator exists. Yet there are some people, whether they can be scientists or ordinary lay people without knowledge, or the atheists, who will see the signs, who will see amazing things in the universe, will be absolutely baffled, but yet are too shy or too arrogant to use the word God. For example, science has now proven without a shadow of a doubt that the universe has a cause, and this is the cause and effect law in the universe. If something has a cause, someone has caused that to happen, it has a beginning. And now it has been proven that the universe has come about through the Big Bang, which is also mentioned in the Quran. Edwin Hubble in 1929, through his millions of photographs and studies that he'd done, and his female astronomer scientists were with him, they ascertained that the universe, the galaxies are moving away from each other because of the redshift. And then I think it was an astronomer from Russia, I forget his name starts with an L, and he gave the hypothesis that if the universe started with a Big Bang, then there will be evidence in the universe, and this evidence was then found in the 1950s or 60s with the background cosmic microwave radiation. So there is no doubt that the universe has a beginning. But scientists are too shy to say that it is God who has caused the universe to come into existence, so they are denying God without any authority. There's so many other signs in nature on the planet Earth that we are seeing. For example, everything has got the signature of God on it. If you have, for example, if you have a master Renaissance painter like Michelangelo or Van Gogh or any of the various art Renaissance masters, if a master has drawn something beautiful like the Mona Lisa or any of the other artwork, they will put their signature on it to say that this and this has been drawn by Leonardo da Vinci or Michelangelo and so on, to give authenticity to the artwork, that it is they themselves, this is their signature and this is their handiwork, right? Similarly, everything that you see around us has got the signature of God on it. If you see an elephant, the elephant did not create itself, the elephant has been created by God. The elephant has got a signature of God on it, La ilaha illallah. So when you see an elephant, you must know that God exists. Similarly, a camel has got a signature of God on it, La ilaha illallah. When you see a camel, the camel is evidence and proof that God exists. Similarly, everything that you see in nature, whether it is a watermelon or a rose or a dolphin or a whale or a lion or a chimpanzee or an orangutan or a gibbon or a baboon or a crocodile or a kangaroo, anything and everything that you see in nature, including Mount Everest and the Himalaya mountain and the Andes mountain range and the Table Mountain and the Drakensberg mountain, the various things that you see in nature, everything has got the sign of God on it, La ilaha illallah. That means someone has created it, the Supreme Creator has created it, so it is clearly evident that God exists. In the same way, in the Kalahari Desert, when you are going with your tour guide, your safari guide, and he will follow some tracks on the ground known as spoors in Afrikaans. He will see that, okay, there's a lion in front of us, and if we continue following these tracks, in an hour's time, we'll meet a lion who is actually following a buffalo. And you will see the signs of the lion and the signs of the buffalo in the sand. But you are believing in the lion and the buffalo even without seeing it, because the tracks in the sand are evidence and proof that the lion and the buffalo exist. And you will see them as long as you follow that track, and you will see them an hour later. So as you jump back into your Jeep and you follow the tracks, and lo and behold, you see the lion there in front of you busy eating the buffalo, exactly as what the spoors or the signs in the sand showed you. Similarly, when you see an elephant, or you see a human being, or you see the Mount Everest, all of this have been created by the Supreme Creator. So everything points to the existence of God. Yet there are some people who deny God, deny the day of judgment, deny accountability, to their own folly and to their own regret, because on the day of judgment, their spiritual eyes will be opened. In fact, at the time of death, the physical eyes will close and the spiritual eyes will open up, and then they will get a shock of the life when they will see the angels, they will see the reality, and then they will beg God to be returned back to earth and to then start reading the Quran, but then it will be too late. So please, as a belief man, so don't delay. Doesn't matter what your religion is, just take the copy of the Quran, read it out of curiosity, and in that you will find words of wisdom and absolutely amazing answers to the nature of life, why we have been created, what is the meaning and purpose of life, why is the pain and suffering, why is the evil, why is the betrayal, why God does not interfere while there is warfare, and so on. What happens at the time of death, what happens after death, what is the soul, what is the hereafter, and so on, right? So please don't delay, get a copy of the Quran today. And don't be one of those who are debating about God without knowledge. First read the Quran, then you can debate with God, right? But if you haven't read the Quran, please don't make a mistake of debating with God. Please don't make a mistake of making your own assumptions of what life is and what life is not. Those who dispute about the signs of God, those who dispute about the signs of Allah without any authority bestowed on them, there is nothing in their breasts but the quest of greatness. It is their ego which is preventing them from seeing the truth, which they shall never attain to. Seek refuge then in Allah. It is He who hears and sees all things. And when people are deceived about the nature of reality, and when they don't want to believe in God, it is the devil or Satan or Shaitan or Iblis or Lucifer who has deceived them. So in that case, you must say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. I seek refuge in Allah from Satan the accursed, because Satan is the one who is deceiving human beings. Assuredly, the creation of the heavens and the earth is a greater matter than the creation of mankind. Yet most people understand not. If you see the amazing cosmos above us, the huge size of the distances between planets and between one star and another star, and remember, every star is like our sun, and some of the stars are millions of times bigger than our sun, or like the famous Stephenson 218, which is 10 billion times bigger than our sun. And the sizes in the cosmos are mind-boggling. And there's not only one galaxy. Well, our galaxy is known as the Milky Way galaxy, with about 500 or 600 billion stars. But there are other galaxies with trillions and trillions of stars, and there's not only one galaxy. We have the Milky Way galaxy, and then our nearest neighbor is the Andromeda galaxy. And in the universe, thus far, what we can see with the James Webb Telescope is that there are trillions and trillions of galaxies. And each galaxy has got trillions and trillions of stars, with quintillions of planets and solar systems and so on. But what astronomers don't know is what Islam is telling us, that our entire universe that we know about is actually a small fraction, is actually an atom compared to the actual size of the heavens above. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, famously said that the lowest heaven, that means the universe that we are living in, the trillions of galaxies, they form part of heaven number one. And the size of heaven number two is so large that heaven number one compared to heaven number two is like a coin or a ring in a desert. Now, can you imagine? So, if you're a mathematician, do me this calculation. Take the Sahara Desert. Do a calculation of the size of the Sahara Desert in North Africa. And then take the measurement of a coin, whether a coin is a centimeter. Okay, make it 2 centimeters by 2 centimeters. So try and figure out, and even if it's not a coin, make it a square, because that's easier to calculate. So if you have a square that it's 2 centimeters by 2 centimeters, 4 square centimeters in size, how many coins can fit in a Sahara Desert? I think quintillions upon quintillions upon quintillions upon quintillions. But let's make it easy, and let's say there's a trillion coins can fit. 1 trillion coins. That means heaven number two is trillions of times bigger than heaven number one. That means heaven number two has got trillions of parallel universes and multiple universes. So there's not only one universe, there's trillions of universes. And as we go up the 7 heavens, heaven number 3 is trillions of times bigger than heaven number 2. Heaven number 4 is trillions of times bigger than heaven number 3, and so on, until heaven number 7 is trillions of times bigger than heaven number 6. And heaven number Jannah al-Firdaus is trillions of times bigger than heaven number 7. That means the universes in the entire cosmos, there's not only one universe, there's trillions and trillions of universes. They are all spinning in their own orbit. Every galaxy is spinning. Every sun is spinning. Every star is spinning. Every planet is spinning. Every moon is spinning, and they're all spinning in their own orbits. This is perfection. It is impossible for an explosion like the Big Bang, which is trillions of times more powerful than Hiroshima and Nagasaki. An explosion gives you destruction. So it is impossible for an explosion like the Big Bang to give you perfection instead of destruction. The universe was not destroyed. In fact, with the explosion, we've got perfection, like what we see on our planet Earth. And the only way that you get perfection from an explosion is because a supreme creator exists without a shadow of a doubt. So assuredly, the creation of the heavens and the earth is a greater matter than the creation of mankind. Yet, most people understand not. So don't delay. Get a copy of the Quran today. Alhamdulillah.